Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold, and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Online Ranked Duels. Brought back by popular demand. A few people hit me up recently saying they really want me to make more content on Legacy of the Duelist, which I find incredibly flattering to hear that people still want to see me play this game, despite it being almost 2 years old now. It's almost coming up to 2 years old. And there's still a lot of value in this game. There's still a lot of people playing it. It is still the best officially licensed version of Yu-Gi-Oh out there. And so today I have taken a deck request and we are looking at AQUA actresses. Now, before I get into the strategy of this build and talk about what this deck is like, I just want to say that I'm kind of experimenting between live streaming and videos. Something I've been trying to do for a while, but really haven't found my comfort point. I would appreciate some feedback. I did a live stream yesterday on I can't remember what deck I did yesterday, Moja, and also I'm doing a live stream, a video today now on AQUA actresses. Do you guys prefer the video format? Do you prefer the live streaming format? Let me know. If it's a live streaming thing, then I will have to set up something in advance and maybe do a regular schedule. Or if it's a video thing, then I'll just carry on doing what I've done in the previous over the previous year or so. So, let's get into the game and talk about what's going on here. So, like I said earlier, I am exploring the AQUA Actress archetype. AQUA Actress are a unique AQUA archetype. There's only 3 monsters in it, and they're quite good. I like their effects. They have very, very simple effects and are kind of like a weak version of Satella Knights, in that they do some searching, they do some recovery, they do some special summoning, and they kind of support each other in a way. However, they are a little bit limited and are quite of weak. What I've just used here is one of their support cards called Aquarium Set. All of their support cards, except for their trap card, has an effect which goes along the lines of when they are destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one AQUA type monster from the graveyard. And so what I've decided to do is to try and combine this with other engines. Now, in my testing before this video, I tried to do two things. First, I tried to use this with Gradles, and I found that Gradles are really effective, but they kind of stole the spotlight and they were more kind of slowed down the game a bit. Then I tried to do this with Frogs. I saw a good 2017 build of this deck with Totally Awesome, and it was a frog engine which made lots of rank 2s. I kind of felt that it was okay with AQUA actresses, but the frogs also again stole the spotlight from the AQUA actresses, and so I felt like the engine wasn't really supporting AQUA actresses. It was more like the AQUA actresses just had a little bit of synergy with the frog engine. Although the cards are quite versatile, the support cards do support water monsters as well as AQUA actress monsters, and what I decided to end up with for the Legacy of the Duelist environment was Brilliant Fusion, because Brilliant Fusion has AQUA Gem Knight, AQUA Marine, and that allows you to send any AQUA monster plus any Gem Knight monster to the graveyard. Unfortunately, we have a Gem Knight monster who is also an AQUA monster, making it actually quite versatile. And yeah, this is really good because with all these effects that allow you to recover AQUA actress monsters from the graveyard, having multiple ways to send them there early in the game is quite helpful, and then you get a decent monster out of your efforts as well. So as you're seeing on the field here right now, we're playing against a guy named Super Cool, and he is playing the Psychic deck, and I'm playing Soul Charge and recovering 3 of my monsters to the field. Now the deck is a little bit slow. The one thing which I don't like about AQUA actresses is that their main searcher is their boss monster, quote unquote. It's a monster you probably won't even see in this game. I don't think it actually turns up in this game, which is a little bit sad, because the weaker monsters, you've got Guppy, who special summons monsters to the field from your hand, and you've got Tetra, which allows you to add Aquarium cards from your hand. But then, while you get the Aquarium cards from your deck to your hand, they don't search your monsters anymore. They just kind of buff them and give them effects, say like being immune to damage and so on and so forth. So for example, we've got Aquarium Stage. This effect is water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle with a non-water type monster. And this is actually really, really good, because it means that all the monsters on my field right now can't be destroyed by battle. And it also has another effect where AQUA actress monsters cannot be affected by enemy monster effects, so it gives them a little bit more immunity than just that. And you don't really often see a lot of destruction in the form of or removal in the form of spells and traps these days. Mostly it comes from monsters, so having that effect is quite nice. And then of course you got the revival effect from the graveyard, as I said so earlier. So over to Super Cool. He's going to be taking his time to think there. Aqua Actresses, again, they only have 3 monsters. You have the level 1 monster, Tetra, level 2 monster, Guppy, and then you have a level 6 monster called, I think it's Aronwa, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the idea is you want to get them to the field, and you want to use the Aquarium set cards to kind of buff each other. I don't have the trap card in this deck. I thought the trap card might slow this deck down. It only has monsters and spells, but I might add the trap card. They have a really, really nice negation effect. But you have to have an Aqua Actress monster in the graveyard, and I wanted to try this build to see how fast or consistent I could mill Aqua Actresses to the graveyard through Brilliant Fusion, and also Foolish Barrier, which is in here somewhere. So, again, we are using Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect is quite nice because you just use it once per turn. So if he survives and stays on the field, you can keep on adding cards from your deck to your hand. And now we added Aquarium Set. This effect has goes 2 ways. All water monsters on your side of the field gain 300 attack points, and Aqua Actresses monsters also gain another 300 attack points. Now, unfortunately, Gem Knight Amethyst is not a water monster, so it's not going to get any benefit from it. But all my other monsters, they will get a nice bit of defense, and from that, the Gem Knight monster is also not a water monster, so that's not going to get a boost from it. But the Aqua Actress monsters are getting a nice little bit of a boost. And we have other ways to boost their attacks as well. When you've got enough resources and you kind of have set up your field in a way, and you've got different Aquarium cards in your hand or on the field, what's really nice about this build deck is they can become quite strong. And there's one more card which we're going to work towards. Hopefully we can get out a little bit later on, and that kind of completes the set in a way where Aqua Actresses can actually start doing some attacking. So as at the moment, I'm kind of stalling. And as you can see, this deck isn't one of the fastest decks around. I am playing kind of slow. The only reason why is, one, I'm not fully experienced with this deck, but also it is a slower deck. It isn't really made for the current speed environment, and so it isn't going to really compete with things like pendulum builds or anything crazy that's popular in Legacy of the Duel, so doing really, really well. So I just got the last Aquarium Set card, Aquarium Set Limelight, but what I am kind of throwing up here is whether to use Brilliant Fusion or the Aquarium card. Ideally I would like to use the Aquarium card, but my thoughts are I better use Brilliant Fusion and discard the Gem Knight card into the graveyard before I draw into it. And so I'm trying to thin my deck a little bit and get another Gem Knight Amethyst onto the field. Is it Amethyst or Aquamarine? I have to double check. It is Amethyst, my apologies. Amethyst, got to keep that in mind, from Steven Universe. And yeah, Amethyst is coming to the field. Amethyst has decent stats. It has 1950 attack, it has better defense, 2450 defense. Of course, when it comes up with Brilliant Fusion, it comes out at 0. But we are going to use Brilliant Fusion's effect and discard a card, which we don't need, and therefore boost its attack for this turn and hopefully do a bit of damage. We're going to attack my opponent's Secret Psychic Wizard, and this is like a unique effect where if it is destroyed by a battle, Silent Psychic Wizard. If it's destroyed by a battle, it special summons the monster it banished from my opponent's graveyard to the field. So he just banished one, cycled it again, banished another, and then we have to destroy this again. So we only got to do 100 damage to my opponent, but at least we kind of cleared their field. So the field right now is completely full. We are vulnerable to things like Regeki and so on, so do need to be careful of that. But if my opponent chooses to destroy my back row, it will be a bad sign to them. And what I do have in this deck is a way to destroy my cards themselves, but we will talk about that later on. We've now drawn into another support card for this deck, and that is Wetlands. Wetlands is a decent card. It gives all level 2 or lower Aqua type monsters 1200 attack points, which is a nice boost overall. And so with this, Tetra now has 2100 attack, and Guppy now has 2400 attack, which is quite huge. It's respectable, you know. And now they've been built up, and now can be a bit more offensive. So just in case my opponent has something like Mirror Force or any one of its variants, I've turned one of my Amethyst to defense. I'm not going to use that effect again. We're going to attack my opponent's face down card and see what we can do and push for damage. So there is Guppy doing 2400 directly. And here comes Tetra. Like I said, you're probably not going to see Aronwa. Aronwa is a level 6 monster. It's the final monster in the archetype. and has 2000 attack. So when Aaron was on the field and she gets all these boosts, she can do really well. There's one card in my hand called AQUA. Sorry, is it AQUA? What's the thing called? Aquarium Limelight. And what that card does is during damage calculation, my AQUA actresses get double attack. So if you have Aaron on the field and you attack directly or you attack another person's monster, it doubles the attack and it comes out as 4,000. Similarly with these monsters here, like Guppy could be 40,800 and Tetra could end up at 4,200. So it is a really nice card. The only thing you got to be careful with this deck is that if you draw into too many spells and not necessarily enough monsters, it can be a bit slow because they all kind of support and buff the monsters. But I mean, it's not too big of a hindrance because I've decided to kind of go for quite a large ratio. Actually, I have a very small monster count in this deck now that I think about it, and then the rest is just kind of spells. So hopefully you can just fly through the spells as fast as possible. So yeah, now my opponent's got Psychic Commander on the field. He's now going to attack Gem Knight Amethyst, and that's going to go to the graveyard, and that's fine by me. Amethyst has kind of done her job already. And Amethyst, what I like about her is it has an effect when it's sent to the graveyard, and that is when it's sent to the graveyard, it returns all cards on the field back to my opponent's hand, or set cards on the field. So we're going to quickly go into the deck build here and to quickly get a rough idea of what kind of cards I am using. It is a very untested deck build. I don't know if I will test it more. I might do, I might not, depending on how far I can get into building my next deck before tomorrow. I have to put up another video. But as you can see, I've got the full set of the monsters. I've got 2 Gem Knights, and I've also got Hammond, the Lord of Striking Thunder. That is a way to destroy your own continuous spell cards. It triggers off the effect, so you can do a lot of special summoning, and yeah, no, it has a little bit of synergy with this deck. And then we have tons of monster revival things like salvage and so on and so forth. Guys, we're coming to the end of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you liked it, and I'll see you.